Allie and I just saw the new movie, Escape Room. It's a brand new horror film that, for some reason, is in theaters. For some good reason, is in theaters.
Yeah.
It feels like the kind of movie that would have been released immediately onto Netflix. It looks like a movie that maybe would have been overlooked entirely. And I've been seeing reviewers online say it's surprisingly good. I think you and I, we've seen trailers for this movie going back months and months now. And I was curious about it. I wanted to see it, so we just went to go see it. It's opening night. Allie, what did you think? We're going to try not to spoil this thing.
So I'll say when I first saw the original trailers, I was like, oh, we like escape rooms.
Right, yeah.
So probably that's why it's in theaters, which I think I told you already, that's like kind of why I think it's in theaters, is because everyone has the same experience when they go to an escape room, like the first couple times. People make the same jokes about like actually being locked in, or like, oh, what if they kill you, or what happens if you don't escape?
Yeah.
Like, and so I kind of feel like that made sense in this context too, which was like, all right, like, that's why you make a movie about it, and that's why we would go see it, because we've done an escape room and we like it.
Yeah, there's even a character in the movie who
is us.
Who is us.
Yeah.
He's a super fan of escape rooms, and as they're all locked into this first step of the room, he's going like, oh, everybody, all right, spread out and look for clues. Try to find anything.
Yeah.
And he starts popping off about all the escape rooms he does. And at one point, he mentions that he's done something like 90-some-odd escape rooms.
Yeah. And even like the way he talked about the guy coming in and explaining it all to you at the end.
Right,
It's like, I was like, yep.
He explains the correct reason why you don't want to lose.
Yeah.
So for anybody who's not familiar with doing escape rooms, it's exactly what it sounds like. You're locked into a room. Typically, you have 60 minutes to escape, but you can do things like ask for clues, whatever. At the end of those 60 minutes, if you haven't gotten out, you're done. And in this movie, in the movie Escape Room, the superfan guy goes, yeah, no, if you don't escape, a guy comes in and explains all the stuff you missed. And it's like super annoying.
Yeah.
And Allie and I turned to each other in the theater because that's the big fear.
Yeah.
Allie and I are both super competitive people. How many escape rooms? I
don't know.
We've both done a lot. I've never lost one, ever. I don't
want to talk about it.
I think I've done approaching 40 escape rooms.
So I've done escape rooms without you plenty of times.
Yeah.
But we'd lost in one, and it's still the bane of my existence.
Yeah, and then meanwhile I'm like, oh, I'm the champ. I'm still on top. Although I will say, if I were in this movie, I would have died almost immediately.
Yes,
I
that
think
is
I
true.
would not have escaped the first scenario.
I don't think you would have escaped the first scenario either.
There's no chance. Yeah.
Why do you think that?
So there was a lot of physical stuff. And at one point they had to squeeze into an air shaft. And I'm thinking,
It seemed pretty big.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's big enough for old Willie. I think I would have turned into a frozen dinner in there. I would have gotten stuck. I've been eating these
The
Hungry
opposite of a
Man
frozen
dinners.
dinner.
Yeah, exactly. A broiling dinner.
What?
Um,
No, you don't.
I don't eat Hungry Man dinners, but I think I would have died.
I made you like fresh food yesterday. Yeah.
While you're not looking, I'm microwaving Hungry
Entire
Man
dinners.
dinners. I ate Hungry Man dinners for breakfast and lunch and post dinner.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Somebody does, you know that, right?
Of course.
And it's in like the microwavable pack, including like the rice pudding. So you have to microwave it. Yeah. Anyway, the acting was great.
Yeah.
One of the lead characters.
Did you ever get those Kid Cool dinners with the penguin on them?
Yeah.
And then it came with a little brownie?
Yes, I did.
Or was it pudding that turned into a brownie?
Or was it a brownie that turned into pudding because you microwaved it?
Anyway.
It's one or the other.
Yeah, Kid Cool. I feel like I burned my mouth on those like a million times. Anyway, okay.
Kid Hot. But the acting was solid.
Yeah, the acting was really decent. I was shocked.
Now, there are several movies called Escape Room. One of them stars a buddy of mine, Skeet Ulrich from Scream.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Now, that one went straight to video.
Oh, really?
Big time.
So it's also called Escape Room?
Yeah, and it came out like 6 months ago. Something like that.
Maybe that's why I feel like I've seen trailers for this movie for so long.
People keep
it
making
just
it.
keeps going on.
People keep making it.
I mean, I'm glad that this one like kind of ascended. I think it was. I don't think it was ascendant by any means, but I thought it was well done.
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I think a lot of people are pointing out the similarities between this movie and the Saw movies.
Yes.
Which is justified. There are a lot of similarities there.
And is it a spoiler to say the other movie we were talking about?
I don't know. Go for it.
Final Destination?
Final Destination and Hunger Games.
Yes.
There are
very
some
Hunger
similarities.
Games, very Final Destination.
Yeah.
Very Saw. Very Saw.
All the way through. I've been grading movies recently on a scale of whether or not I get completely distracted during them.
Yeah.
Or whether I stop thinking about them the moment I'm not looking at it.
Yeah.
Because I
We've
feel
been
like,
talking about this nonstop since we saw it 20 minutes ago.
well, I guess that's not the longest period of time in the world. But I enjoyed it, and I feel like it's like a format that you could use over and over again. Like, I could see them making Escape Room 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
So I hate to be this person. Wasn't there a Saw movie which was basically exactly like this?
Sure.
Like Saw 6 or whatever, where they all have to do it together.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. That's
But-
not the conceit of this movie necessarily. It's not actually.
No.
But like, it definitely was vibes.
And I will say that there's a surprise twist about who these people are and how they essentially ended up in this situation. And it all leads to a finale that is terrible.
Yeah. The finale. The only thing about the finale that was interesting at all is that it made Chicago look really fun.
I thought it was
Made me
Venice.
want to go back to Chicago.
I didn't know what I was
Yeah,
looking
Will
at.
thought it was Venice, so that tells you how good it made Chicago look.
Allie and I went to Chicago one time. I never left the Airbnb. That's true.
Yeah.
Uh,
I went back like less than a year later and had like a fantastic time and found out that it's beautiful and amazing.
yeah, evidently if you're not terrified of everything and you leave the house, it's great. But I've never seen that place. So when Chicago was presented in this movie, it may as well have been an alien planet for me.
I see Eric's question about should it receive a torture porn warning. No.
No.
It's not gory.
No. The similarities to the Saw movie franchise are in the fact that it's a bunch of different scenarios with puzzles that you have to escape,
Yeah.
and it's a life or death situation. But it does not go nearly as far
No.
as the Saw movies, which popularized what was, as you point out, called the torture porn genre, where
No, yeah.
body parts were flying
No.
around.
No.
and
This was actually fairly bloodless.
I would say it was literally bloodless.
No, there was a little blood, but like not.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was
There was like a teeny tiny bit, but I'm just
like
being
a
like
ketchup
really
bottle.
careful.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I would not be surprised if this was rated PG-13.
Yeah, it really wasn't.
What do you think it was rated?
Probably PG-13.
Escape
Although
Room?
there were no children there. Oh no, because we went to the 21 and older.
Yeah.
Oh,
Escape
that's
Room
so
movie.
awful. So every time Will searches escape room, this awful thing that just happened in Poland shows up, which is that 5 girls were killed in a fire in an
Yeah.
escape room in Poland like 2 hours ago. Freaking terrible.
Which is absolutely horrible.
Just awful. Ugh.
But yeah, I just looked up the movie. PG-13.
Yeah. Although-
PG-13.
yeah. I was going to say again that there were no kids in our theater, but that's because, yeah.
Yeah. But no, this was like a very surprisingly solid movie that honestly, if it were not for the ending, and I really think that they probably had issues with the ending and reshot a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that was the feeling of it.
Yeah. The ending creates a scenario that I'm not sure I want more of, but I would easily watch more of this franchise.
Yeah.
You know?
They'd have some trouble 2.0.
I would just do
think.
another one. Just put more
Yeah,
strangers,
put more
in the
strangers in a
scenario and
room.
just go. Who cares?
Can you go back? Can you see what the Rotten Tomatoes score is?
Yeah, sure. I also just wanted to say, because I was curious, written by Brady F. Shute and Maria Melnick, who I'm interested into looking into, and directed by Adam Robital, who directed Insidious: The Last Key, Paranormal: The Ghost Dimension, and The Taking of Deborah Logan.
Wow, those are pretty no-name things. He must be really proud.
Well, they're parts of franchises, so
True.
he's
Yeah, but this is like a new franchise.
I know, but that's kind of cool that he gets to have his name on it. Escape Room, Rotten Tomatoes,
All right, so 53%.
53%, and they're calling it rotten. They're
But
rating
the-
it rotten.
But then the audience score 69%.
Yeah.
This is one of those things where maybe the audience liked it a little bit more than the critics.
Yeah, there's just a divide. Critics' consensus is Escape Room fails to unlock much of the potential in its premise, but what's left is still tense and thrilling enough to offer a passing diversion for suspense fans.
Okay, I think passing diversion is a good description.
I guess. I flat out liked it.
I liked it. I mean, I just think, as I said to you during the movie, like right afterwards, we sort of do what we do, which is like sort of unlock what it could have been like if it was better.
Right.
Like kind of fix some stuff and
what
make
if
it a
they'd
little
done
bit
this?
better.
Oh, they should have done that.
Yeah,
That kind
and
of
we
thing.
did that kind of thing. And then, but then we said like, oh, I said to you like, were you thinking about that during the movie? And you said no, and I agree. Like I think I was enjoying myself.
I was just in it.
Lights and colors.
Mm-hmm.
The epilogues were rough, but okay.
Yeah.
Still interested in the characters and what they had to do and say. I mean,
Yeah.
I still wanted to know what happened to them.
100%. Yeah, I really enjoyed myself the whole way through.
Yeah.
I think that's probably all there is to really say without getting into spoilers, and I don't really want to spoil it. As much as I enjoyed just like running off at the mouth and saying everything I want to say,
Yeah.
this is a new movie. It literally came out tonight. So maybe we'll see if it stands the test of time and if I still feel like talking about it in the future.
So how many sponges would you give it?
Oh, boy. Yeah, there's nothing to sponge with this because it's episode 1. You know what I mean?
No, how many sponges would you give it?
No, I know. I'm just
out
thinking.
of however many sponges there are.
You know, I do want to say...
So a pack of sponges from the store comes with about 8 sponges. So how many sponges
That's a
out
lot
of
of
8?
sponges. I think
I
4
know.
sponges
You
come
always
in a
get
pack.
upset when I buy too many sponges.
Who needs that many sponges?
We do.
We have a dishwasher now. We don't need that many sponges.
I still wash a dish.
I know you do. All right, anyway.
I know you don't.
I think 4 sponges come in a pack.
Okay.
And I'm going to give this... I'm going to give this 3 out of 4 sponges.
Is one of them one of those wavy sponges?
It's me doing the wave. Yeah, the wavy sponge. Yeah.
Okay.
How many sponges do you give it?
I have a different rating altogether.
Oh.
So it's
How many
really
stitches?
complicated. How many? That's what it should be. Is how many knitting stitches I could have done instead of watching the movie.
How long does it take you to make a hat? Knitting a hat?
Like the one I made for Annalise the other day
Yeah.
was like 2 hours.
Okay, that's about the length of a movie.
Yeah.
Would you have gotten distracted at all? Would you have
Yes.
completely finished the hat?
No, I would have not finished the hat. I would have gotten like 20% of the way through the hat, I think.
Because you would have been watching the movie.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
so
a good score.
I give it 3 out of 4 sponges. Allie gives it 20% of a hat. I don't think we can put it any more clearly than that. Really enjoyed Escape Room. Well done, gang. Good night. Allie and I did both see Crimson Peak when it first came out. Do you remember what that was?
Yeah.
It was gross.
Really not good.
It grossed me out the whole way through.
Yeah, that was a rough movie.
I give it 2 sponges.
I give it
You'd finish the
100% of a hat.
Yeah, Allie would have finished the hat. All right, everybody. That's going to do it from us. Our movie review on a Friday night. Smell you later. All right. Bye, everybody.